This will be my first attempt at a debunking video. On Facebook and other social media outlets, there's been an absolute deluge of false information and stories regarding the Libby and Abby murder case in Delphi, Indiana. This is the first example I'm going to show you. This is a post that was made on a Facebook page that is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, and I blurred out the person's name who made the post because it's so embarrassing. All right, now look at what they did was they found a news clip online, or perhaps they even recorded it. Then they froze a frame, put their finger in it, pointing, and then took a snapshot and then made a post, and then they wrote, I'm not sure if this is their actual image that they created or got it from somebody else, and then they put in their own text that says, "The searchers are looking at Libby at the base of this tree." You know, nothing in there about possibly or I'm not sure about this. It's stating it as a fact. And then it says, "Probably in as much shock as I was to see the image of her face." What face are you talking about? It's just a blurry image with pixelation. It says, "No, I'm sure worse though, because they were there in person." You know, so these posts are meant to be really emotional and get people to sort of really riled up. And there were so many comments below this that were just, feeling this pain and outrage and so forth, that, wow, we're actually really seeing it. And you know what? The video is completely false. Okay? Well, the video itself isn't false, but the image they use is completely false. Okay? Let me show you why. All right, so here's the image. You can see the guy in the yellow and the blue there. All right, here's a close-up. The guy in the yellow right here. The guy in the blue. Here's a tree right there. Okay. Now in the clip on the news, this is that same tree, but what the news did was they did a jump cut to a previous point in time. So when you fast forward it, go to here, they're actually farther back to the right. That's just what they did in the editing room, but either way, that doesn't really matter. Here's the guy in the yellow, same guy in the blue. Look at the guy in the blue. See, same guy. All right, so there's the guy in the blue and the guy in the yellow. All right, so this is where I was able to determine where this video was actually taken from. Now, see these 3 logs in the water right here? 1, 2, 3. There's even a 4th one there. Some debris in the middle there. Now watch this. You go to Google Earth, and there it is, right there. There's even the 4th little one there. 1, 2, 3. There's some extra, one extra little, logs right there from. I think those were actually. It rained a lot, so maybe it deposited those logs. But either way, that log, and that log are exactly the same as in this video right here. There's even a little debris right there that you can see, and that same debris is right there. Okay, so that's the same location. Now watch exactly where this is located. Okay, I'm going to zoom out. Now look at this. Here's the parking area. So what the news did was they pulled up right here. They had a cameraman walk, and before they even started walking down the trail, they walked over to the bench that's near, the 501 step signs right there. They walked over the bench, and then they just filmed off the side, and there was 2 searchers right here. Okay, the crime scene, however, is 0.6 miles upstream. So you go all the way up here, and here's the crime scene. Okay, so those searchers were nowhere near the crime scene, and there was no body there, and it was all just sensationalism. Okay, so hopefully that will explain the first debunking that I'm going to do, and there'll be a series of these. I'll try to do one every couple days, because it's an absolute embarrassment, and people should just quit speculating and coming up with all these theories, saying they see, skulls in the dirt, they see faces in the trees. They see cars under the bridge. They see, I mean, it's absolutely incredible out there. And as you can see, this one's a complete lie, and it was believed by a lot of people. And hopefully when they see this, they'll realize it was completely false. All right. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.